Over the last 4 years, I've been traveling a lot. Now, most of those trips have been photography trips, so I've been carrying a lot of camera gear and other accessories and items that go with that. But what I'm going to share with you today is everything that's in my carry-on. On most airlines, you have the ability to carry 2 items with you as your carry-on. You have your main luggage. In my case, that is my backpack, my camera bag. For most people, this is a rolling small suitcase. And you have a personal item, otherwise known as a handbag or a laptop bag, or just a smaller bag of some sort. This is my personal item, my tech bag, if you will. I do also often carry this little chest pack with me. It's got a few quick documents and things that I need frequently throughout all the different checkpoints when traveling. Some airlines do get a little bit funny if they count the quantity of your bag, so this is actually able to fit into this bag if they start to question things and get a little bit pedantic on stuff. But for the most part, this is on my chest, camera bag's on my back, and that is on my side. So, this bag. This is the Aer Commuter Brief. So I spent a long time researching various different bags and styles of bags, and I had a lot of parameters that I needed to hit. Number 1 is size. It needed to carry a specific number of items. These are kind of the same items that have been with me on pretty much every single trip over the last few years. So I feel like I've really got it down to a T of what it is that I actually need to carry with me. Secondly, it needed to fit the requirements of what airlines deem as a personal bag. I fly a lot with BA, and thankfully they allow for 23 kilos for both your carry-on and your personal items. So the weight is never really an issue for me, but the dimensions and the size absolutely are. Likewise, if I was to get another backpack, most airline staff kind of question things a little bit funny if you've got 2 backpacks. So I wanted something that could look small, something that I could carry by my side and just kind of be a very much laptop looking bag. This bag needed to have a strap on the back so that it could fit over my suitcase handle, something that could just make it easy to slip on and off of my suitcase to make it lighter to carry when I'm wheeling around areas. And it also needed to be suitable as a day bag for when I arrive at a destination and I want to explore somewhere, but I don't necessarily need or want to carry my camera bag on that day. And I eventually settled upon this one from Aer. The quality is amazing, the zippers feel rugged, the materials feel very premium. Yes, it is an expensive bag, but it is something that I've invested in, and given the amount that I travel, is definitely something that's worthwhile to me. Alright, so let's run through what's actually inside the bag. So primarily, there are only 2 entry points into the bag. There's this front pouch here. Of course, when you're going through airport security, you generally have to empty your pockets and, get everything off of your person. So what I like to do is in this top pouch here, I just drop in my phone. So for the moment, this is the iPhone 11 Pro. This is still the one on loan to me from Apple. I have my AirPods Pro. These are actually fairly new. I bought these at the start of the year and I've not actually flown with these. So I'm looking forward to testing these with the noise cancellation. And I also carry a microfiber cloth in the top just to keep everything nice and clean and protected in there. This little top pouch is also long enough to fit my Apple Watch in. So again, when going through security, I can just offload everything nice and quick in there. This is where I keep my wallet number 1. This is my personal wallet. It's got kind of just debit cards and I don't really like carrying cash. However, because I'm traveling for business pretty much all of the time, I do have to carry other wallets. So over on this side, I've got 2 of these plain wallets from Muji, one for all business cash in a local currency, and then this one is my personal cash, also in local currency. Over here down the side, the AIRFLY Pro from 12 South. It's essentially a Bluetooth repeater from an audio jack. So you plug this into your entertainment system and it can connect up with up to 2 devices so that I can just listen to Bluetooth audio and I can have a cable-free environment whatever I'm watching on the entertainment. And then I've just got 2 pens. My fine liner of choice is the Sakura Pigma. This is a fiber tip pen. As a left-hander, I need something that will dry incredibly fast and doesn't have a roller ball that I'm not pressing against. I'm very particular with my pens. Second to that, I have this mini one here, and this is a ballpoint pen, useful for all of those visa forms that you have to fill in that transfer onto the paper below, and it just packs away very small. I don't really like using this pen, but it's small and it's just there for when I have to use a ballpoint pen. If I need to carry a large battery, potentially if I'm traveling somewhere as a trip coming up, for example, where I'm going to a desert, obviously your batteries have to come with you in your carry-on. So this is the Anker 20,100 milliampere battery capacity. That is the largest capacity you're able to bring on airlines. It charges over USB-C as well, so it's very convenient. I very rarely actually need a battery of this size with me, but on trips that are coming up, I'm actually going to need that because I may be going a few days without actual decent power supply. So that's everything that's in this front pouch here. So now let's get into the main compartment here. I have my MacBook Pro. This is the 16-inch. I bought this at the start of December, recently upgraded. I am loving this. It's spec'd out pretty much fully except for the SSD. The SSD I've gone for 4 terabytes. A little more on why in a moment. But for the most part, this is my workhorse. I use it at home connected to the display, and I use it on the go traveling. And you'll also notice I've got a skin on the front just to give it that matte black finish, which I think looks real nice. In addition to my Mac, however, I also have the iPad Pro 11-inch. Now I've recently got this new case for it, and this is the Logitech Slim Folio Pro. Essentially, it is a nice little case that also has a Bluetooth keyboard and is magnetically connected. It's backlit, it's a dream to type on. I've actually written a blog post using this keyboard, and my intention is that when we're flying, I'll be able to use this far easier than when I'm using my Mac. Essentially, I don't really want to be using my Mac on planes. It's quite tight and cramped, but of course I need to carry it with me because it's not going in my suitcase. But this, on the other hand, is small enough that if the seat in front reclines or anything like that, and I can type comfortably because it's a physical keyboard. Plus, I can store loads of movies on the iPad, and I can download stuff with YouTube, and everything's just kind of all in this one device. I've been loving the iPad a lot over the last year. Having this case has really upgraded it. It does make it thicker, and it does make it heavier. It does easily pop out if I want to just carry the iPad, in which case if I'm doing that, then it will slot into my front pouch on my chest. Now we come to my headphones of choice. I use the BOSE QC35. There's quite a debate between which noise cancelling headphones are the best. In my experience, having tested out some of the Sonys and these BOSE, I do find the BOSE absolutely kill it on noise cancellation when it comes to planes and repetitive sound. However, if you're in a noisy environment such as a cafe or other areas like that, I find the Sonys to be so much better. But yeah, noise cancellation is one of the key factors with these headphones. Second to that is I need headphones that are comfortable to wear with glasses. So I need something that doesn't press too hard on the arms of the glasses. And these BOSE ones are great for that. Inside the case for my headphones, I got a few extra items in there. So of course there's the cable for using the headphones in a wired mode. I then also have an AIRLINE adapter so I can plug my cable directly into it. I also carry some earplugs if I want to get some proper shut out from the noise. I can just put those in, put the headphones on top in noise cancellation. Or I have this other funny little attachment that essentially connects my AirPods together so that they now have a neckband. Now this I don't wear out and about. I literally only ever wear these if I think I may fall asleep with my AirPods in. I've got it in Japan. I think it was like £1 or £2. It's not very much at all. Over on this side of the bag, I have my neck pillow. And with my neck pillow, I carry my eye mask. I can't go anywhere without the eye mask. I definitely rely on it a lot for sleeping. This is from a company called AirPods. It's a very interesting structure. Everyone's always commented about how rigid it is and how solid it actually props your neck up. It's not soft and like super squishy that your head's going to fall and you're going to get a neck ache. On the inside, it seems like it's got some sort of like weird mesh of recycled plastic. Yeah, it's a very interesting texture, and then it's cushioned and padded on the outer layer. In the lower corner, this is where I have my smaller battery pack. Now this does come with me on most trips, and it's really only there as a backup. And within these, I've always got a lightning cable and a USB to USB-C. Now the main meat of the bag is actually this pouch. So I'm a firm believer in pouch culture. I find it so convenient to pack things into pouches, and then via modularity, you can pack your bag and you can know when you've got everything. Again, this is from Aer. This is the cable kit. So at the back, we've got a fairly large opening, and this is big enough to carry my glasses, but it's also where I carry my MacBook Pro charger. Of course, this is the 96-watt USB-C one, which again is perfect for charging some of my other devices, and the removable cable that goes with it. I keep that Velcro just to keep it nice and tight. I've also got an additional USB-C charger, which is an 18-watt one. Now, depending on where I'm visiting, I'll either put in the 2-prong adapter or I'll put in the UK flip out one. And finally, I've got a different blockhead change for the 2-prong adapter for my main MacBook Pro charger. This one angles it sideways so that it actually sits flush against the wall and the weight of it doesn't fall off. In the main compartment, so I have the 2 SSDs from Samsung. They're both T5s. The 2TB I dedicate to my video work and the 1TB I dedicate to my photography. However, since having the 16-inch MacBook Pro, I'm now hoping that I can have most of my ongoing projects stored internally and I don't have to faff around with SSDs plugging in and hanging cables and all sorts when I'm on the move. To me, that time is really valuable. And then I have a further backup on this G Drive USB-C hard disk. And every year I fill one of those up with my photos and videos, sometimes 2. And I just keep them archived as like my year backup. And next to the drive down here, I have this Samsung USB-C thumb drive. This is a 256GB version, and it's also got a little adapter that allows me to plug into USB-A within itself. My intention for this is that I can carry my absolute most important documents and even some of my best videos as like a highlight reel ready to plug in if ever I need to show off a portfolio and I don't have internet connection or anything like that. Across the top over here, I've got a number of USB-C to USB-C cables, a Lightning USB-C cable, and an Apple Watch cable. Then in this top pouch, I have a pro-grade dual UHS-2 SD card reader. Again, this is USB-C one, and it is blazing fast, and I love it. Of course, I've got a pen in here as well. And then in this lower section, this is where I have a cable for my Atomos to SSD. So again, this is USB-C, just plugs directly in. I have this Belkin 5-way audio splitter, and connected into that is the little 3.5mm audio to USB-C dongle. So that is for use on my iPad Pro if I want to share the audio with someone who's got wired headphones. I have some SIM cards from various locations around the world that I can swap in and out and top up. And I have this tiny little USB-C to HDMI mini sort of adapter, I guess, just in case I want to plug into a hotel room TV or if I'm giving a talk somewhere. So as you can see, this little pouch actually carries a hell of a lot of stuff. So that is the main cable pouch, and I pretty much keep it packed fully all of the time. It's just got everything I need to be on the go working. And the last item in the main bag is in this little hidden zip. I have a tile. This is the Pro version, I believe it's called, with the replaceable batteries now. These are essentially little luggage trackers, and I've got multiple of them, and I just leave them in all my bags and in Ellie's bags and suitcases. And then with my phone, I can track them so long as other people who have the Tile app, and there's a fair few million people around the world who have it, are in close proximity. I use it all the time when my suitcase comes out of the carousel and I'm just double checking that it arrived in the same country that I did. And one time when my bag decided it needed to be checked on to another destination that I wasn't going to. So I was able to catch it way before it actually got fully lost, all thanks to the Tile. So I do highly rate these. And finally, if we spin the bag around, so this is where we've got that luggage strap that I was talking about, so that I can just slot it over the suitcase handle. There's another zippered compartment here. This is perfect for your passport if you were to carry it in there. But for me, I actually use it to store some of my postcards. As you guys know from the channel, I use postcards to introduce myself when I meet prospective businesses or viewers or other people. I think it's just a great way to show off your photos if you're a photographer. So yeah, these are my postcards. And then finally, in the very back, so this is a moleskin soft cover with a dotted page formation. And I got some little inserts that stick in with calendar orientation for 2020. So that is my carry-on bag. There's a hell of a lot of stuff in there, but I do have a few extra items to talk about that are also on topic for traveling. And one of those is the Apple Watch. Since I've had the Apple Watch, it has changed the way I travel hugely. So using it for directions, or maybe it's having the gate information come through from App in the Air, which is one of my favorite apps for tracking all of my flights. Or maybe it's simply just for being able to pay for things or using your boarding pass on there, and media such as the podcasts. Yeah, so much stuff can be controlled with the Apple Watch. It's such a great companion for travel. As I mentioned at the start, I also have this chest pouch. So inside here, if I'm not carrying my iPad without the case, Then I do also have some more postcards, another pen, naturally, and of course, my passport. This is a passport case that I've customized with loads of different luggage tags and just kind of chopped them up and spent far too long making it look like this, but I enjoy it. And you'll see in here, we've got the lovely burgundy British passport, and I have my membership cards for airlines that I have status on. And there's a big enough space here for boarding passes if you get them printed. And this is an RFID protected case, so you can be safe knowing that people aren't going to be attempting to swipe your data if this is in your pocket. I don't really buy into the fear of that, but it's just nice to know that it's got it. So I've got some travel coming up over the next few months. I'm going to be heading to Morocco, I'm going to be heading back to Japan, and also back to Thailand. So if you are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe, hit the bell notification, you'll get updates of when future videos come out. Make sure you do check out the links in the description. So there's a hell of a lot of products in there, but also the title designs that you've been seeing on the screen. I will be releasing those very, very soon. So make sure you subscribe to my emails and you'll get updates again of when those are going on sale and when they'll be available. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I look forward to seeing you in the comments on this video and on future ones. And I will catch you again soon. All right, thanks for watching everyone. See you later. Bye bye.